Greetings everyone, please come on and make sure everything's set on up. Looks like everything's booting on up. Yep, looks like everything's booted on up. Give me a moment to activate live chat windows. And there we go. Give me another moment to check my other computer. And looks like everything's good there, so let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age Empires 4 replay. Spawn top right side is the blue Chinese, we got a 4 name. Spawn bottom left side is the purple Knights Templar, we got L, Louis, MT. This map does offer a decent amount of food, and I immediately noticed as well, it looks like this deer deposit spawned inside of the forest there. I wonder if that will influence much. The other player's 2 deer deposits spawn out in the open, so I'm not sure how this will go. Looks like the deer are migrating out of the forest, like the forest puppers tend to do. Looks like a bit of dusk here as well. You can see long shadows, but it could also be a reference to the fact that it is also winter time in this map, so it could be longer shadows because the sun's a little bit lower in the sky. Who knows? Either way, let's see. Chinese, not Zuzi's Legacy. No meditation garden, we have to theorize. Nice Templar. A lot of different age ups I can go for. Don't know all of them, but we can take a look from here. Nice Hospitalers, increased silver civilian health. Looks like he's going with a nice Hospitaler. I was just reading him left to right, not realizing that's actually one he's going. And also increased healing from all sources. Does also give access to the nice Hospitaler, which is a heavy infantry unit that has a heal ability. And I think its armor is actually a little bit lower than normal man at arms, of course, in age 2. We do now the Imperial Academy, which of course can give you easy access to the Imperial officials rather than utilizing your town center's production capabilities. Also does produce them for cheap. And we do now have pilgrims being established. If you look on the center map, these 6 sites are relatively close by, and each trip provides 111 gold. So that is 111 gold per minute for 1 pilgrim, which is quite significant. It is effectively 2 to potentially up to 3 villagers worth of gold income. Over here we do have, of course, quite a bit of food on the sides of the map. Got some berries, some delicious venison, and Pumbaa. Oh, it looks like he's town bell there, but it looks like they didn't get any villagers, any shots into that guy there. We do now have professional scouts being deployed out to the Chinese, trying to collect up all the delicious venison on the map. Very nice. You at least get his 2 deposits, which are actually 5 deer deposits rather than the normal 7 deer deposits, so they're pretty small. But this scout does take a danger. It does spot the scouts. And we do have some archers being brought up on the Knights Templar. Not necessarily a hard counter versus scouts, but I suppose against anything, scouts will just simply outright lose. I wouldn't say, like I said, archers are hard counter, but I think the word soft counter is not exactly adequate for the term either, so I'm not sure. Of course, thanks to it being a Tang Dynasty, they do have increase of vision range. We got some horsemen being employed in the field. That'd be good hard counter to the archers. Very good idea. He saw the archers, but for horsemans. And also does have 5 scouts. Like I said beforehand, there's deer deposits in groups of 5. Horsemen going for the scout there. And over on the side, the deer deposits are also 5 as well. So, good map for venison. Oh, we're out of their stone. There's that secondary town center. Looks like the Chinese player is eyeing for a secondary town center. You know, most of the time I just used to see Chinese players just make do a Song Dynasty, which is, of course, cheaper than a town center, but of course, a lot less effective. We've got multiple horses in the field, some spearmen being employed in the field as well. He's trying to take out that scout, which will reduce the spotting, of course. Lingering on the Rosie. Does take out that scout there. Will lose 2 horsemen thanks to playing Ring Around the Rosie. The sheeple could be tasked on home. It'll be a long journey, but might as well go for it. Nothing much to lose. They're effectively already forfeit. Now they're being tasked on home. Good pile of venison there. Of course, will be affected by taxes. A lot of taxes in there. So you may want to start eyeing to get that collected. He is going for Blue Barrel with that same structure. Get enough taxes, he can get enough gold to age on up, which may be possible as well than trying to collect the gold normally, like a normal person. Of course, now the second town center, Song Dynasty probably be a good idea. Not only to get the faster villager production rate, but also the defensive structure in this situation. You can deal with the Barakan Sun by simply pulling out a single battering ram. It's effectively a glorified, upgraded outpost with... It's a 5,000 health outpost of arrow slits, or in this case, what's it called? Hand candy of fire. It also would provide additional garrison space here. We got 8 here, 15 here. And it looks like he, of course, knows about the venison on the map. He knows about professional scouts, so he's stationing some spearmen. He has placed a spearman near both deer deposits. Very nice. Looks like he does have 2 groups of pilgrims, or 2 pilgrims now being employed in the field. Giving 220 gold per minute. Or more precisely, 221 gold per minute. Which, of course, is a significant amount he doesn't have to worry about. Other than just a little bit of escort from the scouts. Horseman does take a bit of fire there. Neither side's gotten any blacksmith upgrades just yet. You have some Chinese arch spawn field. One of the rarest things you can see a Chinese player deploy on field. Most times just see Zunch News. Trying to focus on the spearmen. Horsemen just a general attack, move forward. No focus fire there. There's a couple of spearmen remaining. It looks like horsemen are adequate enough. Magenta has a higher destroy value than blue, but right now that's inconsequential. There's a both of spearmen there. And it looks like blue's going to get much better destroyed value. You may just want to go straight for the archers rather than trying to focus on the scout. Scout offers more health and it's less valuable. Let's look at the scout there. Republic of Genoa being researched, which will of course give pilgrims can increase gold generation by 30%. You also get the Genoese crossbowman, which is a elite crossbowman variant with high damage, lower attack speed, I think slightly better range, and has bonus damage versus all melee infantry rather than just heavy units. And does also mean it doesn't do any bonus damage versus heavy cavalry. We now have some Brother Templars now being brought in the field. And we've got a monastery here as well, trying to obtain the gold. I do like the Chinese music for combat music in this game. It may be one of the best combat music in the game. I don't know why, I just love the dun-dun, dun-dun. It reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean of all things. We're doing now the astronomical clock tower in point of view. He's still Tang Dynasty, so it means the increased scouting vision range. Spearman's not there anymore. He is tasked scouts and archer there. A single archer can deal with the spearmen, especially when he has meat shields in form of scouts. Local doggo demands head pats. Villagers do manage to avoid most of the damage. There's Generous Crossbow. If I were to switch to the player there, we'll see the cost. Veteran archers now being researched. Looks like now they're playing 144 gold per, what's it called? Not to say drop off. Celebration? Or pilgrimage? That's probably actually the best word for that. Scouts do get intercepted there. And Magenta is eyeing for some textiles. Which they are. They do affect the workers. Increasing the health by 15. Or 12. Wait. Not plus 25. The textiles explicitly says increase health by plus 25. So I actually don't know what the health is actually improved by. Either way, you do have some lancers charge away forward. What's the exact verbiage on this actually? Increase villagers' health by 50%, so that plus 22 health may be an age up bonus? I actually don't know. Don't remember anything about having pilgrims have higher health than anything, but either way, the extra health always is quite nice for them. Maybe a good idea for the Brothers Templar to get out a fortress there to help improve the gold drop off, as well as protection. Villagers here is trying to obtain the boar. Looks like the boar is down. One villager looks like it's gone down. And now Magenta is eyeing to go over there and retaliate. Lancers push forward to get some damage on those archers. Of course, we got good on Brother Templars. They offer 24 damage, 275 health versus 230 health, 24 damage. Brother Templars just simply have more health at the moment. They're also a bit more expensive at the moment. Attack speed is normal. Charge attack may be improved. Nope, charge attack's not improved. So overall, Brother Templars just simply have about 20 more to get a little bit the extra health with them. 20 more is effectively costing a little less than 10% increase. And 10% increase of health will be approximately plus 23 health. Yeah, that seems about right. Though those Brother Templars do benefit a little bit higher than normal from that slight increase. Just a little benefit for them. We have 2 outposts here, not been upgraded at the moment. The villagers need to get on out of there. At this Brother Templar slicing up some villagers. Lancers engaging. Looks like 6 villagers are here. Notice the scout went down there as well. The other Templars are outnumbering these knights or lancers. More lancers charging forward. A handful of supporting archers. They're not being upgraded. So there's not be any more in the future. We now have some generous crossbowmen. You can see here they have 21 base damage, plus 9 versus all melee infantry, 6 range, and slower attacks with normal crossbowmen. So the anti-barracks tool. And Magenta has obtained both sacred sites. Blue's trying to decapture it now. And more Brother Templars here. No hand cannon slits help protect them. Big round of research from Magenta. Oh, and looks like the pilgrim can't, or did drop off his gold there. Does not interrupt the capture though. Wolf getting some bites there. Lancers being cleaned on up. Got these Lancers pushed way forward. We'll take out the Chinese crossbow with no problem. They are classified as light range. They do have +1 range armor. But of course, that does not mean much in that situation. Do now the herbal medicine research, as well as widget rivets, and now the rule of the Templars, in which gain +2 damage per nearby charging heavy cavalry. Looks like the berries being obtained, as well as the last of the boar. Fortress now being salvaged on this one here, so it's diverted his pilgrims to this region. Less golden come, but of course means easier to secure. Forestry, as well as now the bloomery is being researched. Monk is taking a bit of beating there. Magenta's also claimed 4 relics. Blue's only claimed 1. So you can probably put the monasteries with those relics near fortress as well. Improve its gold income with that certain research. Additionally, get 1 extra pilgrim as well. Blue's gone for some basic walls over here. Trying to ascend some walls there. The villagers can run back behind this gate. Over here, Blue's trying to decapture the sacred site there. Slice up the monk. Looks like he does not manage to fall back there. I just to replace the damaged walls with a gate. We have a good number of these Lancers shortly forward. The General's crossbows do hit pretty hard, even if they don't have any bonus damage versus these Lancers, like regular crossbowmen. Looks like Magenta will lose this fight. It'll be a bit of Pyrrhic victory for Blue. Actually, hey, it's actually getting pretty close here. G3 crossbow are now next. Magenta does have high destroy value. It looks like I was miscalculating. A handful of reinforcements from Magenta managed to sway the fight just enough. More Lancers charge way forward to meet these Genoese crossbow. Got a monk however healing them. And Knights Templar is going for a very large number of Genoese crossbowmen. Those right now is probably more cost effective to go for the regular crossbowmen. Genoese crossbowmen do offer a little bit more health though. And Blue's probably obtained the rest of this food here. He probably just pack up and leave right now. With the likelihood that these villagers being picked on off is just almost guaranteed at this moment in time. No forces over here as well, so it gives him 4 pilgrims right now. Give him an extra 480 gold per minute. Plus he does find some of his villagers, gunning him down. Another fortress going on up. This one maybe next to the monasteries. Yes, it is. And now we do have the research going. This treasure towers give the increased gold income from the pilgrims as well as the relics and from the sacred sites themselves. More fortresses now being established. A good number of fortresses are actually being established. Over here, trying to secure these gold deposits. These are 4,000 gold deposits. Chinese players very far from aging them up. In fact, Chinese players are actually pretty low in food. He has a good number of villagers on the field, however. He has some farms, scattered farms, not too much. May see, yep, got some granaries being established up here now. What's it called? The Imperial Fisher probably want to fall back and grab some taxes on his way back. Blue's trying to obtain this gold deposit right now. And Blue will need to stop this. He's losing a significant amount of field control, unable to obtain many of the gold deposits. In fact, looks like there's nothing left of gold deposits on this map. I'll expand this out right here. I wonder how that looks in the live stream. You can see here, there's 2 gold deposits right close by each other. They're now under sphere influence. This one as well. This one is a little bit more open, but past a fortress here, and that's it. There's not too much gold left on the map. You now have boiling oil being researched by Magenta. Traction trebuchet deployed in the field. Chinese player could probably go a bit more heavy onto the battery rams. Of course, right now he does have clock tower variants, giving plus 50% health at no additional cost.
Longtemps va-t-il demeurer?
Outpost on the fire. Looks like a Brother Templar and a scout there. Hit by Lancers. Going for a triple granary next to each other. Those are trying to get some more basic palisade walls. Now the Kingdom of Poland being researched, which does provide cavalry gets additional 10% health and 50% charge damage. Combine that with biology, you effectively get Mongol level biology. Don't know what unit you get from that. It's like the Lycus Heavy Cav, right? I can't remember exactly. Guess we'll find out soon enough. There's some stables. It was, no, there's a Slots Cavalry. So it's a cavalry with high damage and ranged armor, slows enemy targets, heavy armor, strong versus light infantry. Does cost 300 resources, even more expensive than Brother Templars. We're just going for elite Brother Templars. He does have 11 in the field, going for 2 more wall as well. That's just a scout there, being shanked by villagers. Appears that's that scout's axe is quite dull. Vatican the Sun here. I forgot to mention that as well, which means he does have Song Dynasty. And this fortress is going down to go for defensive trebuchet emplacement. Fortress taking severe damage. Yep, this trebuchet, you have to sort of click on the model itself. Offers 27 damage. They could fix the whole fake trebuchet thing if they were to make this one the fake trebuchet unselectable, and then add a dummy weapon to right here, just make it so they can't fire. And looks like Magenta is out of stone. Does use the spotting outpost. Got now these guys does break on through. Elite Templars straight forward. Now we do have the Great Gatehouse, but the problem is there's not a whole lot of surface area for these villagers. So it looks like I have a feeling a good number of these villagers going down. He does have more villagers on, but there's nothing much here for defense. He needs to task some military force. Spearman making his way down over here. He can also be cast on the other side of the Great Gatehouse. The thing's build radius is a little bit not great. He's going to take out some of these villagers there. At least he will have an excellent defensive placement. If he extends the walls a little bit, then he will of course have a place to put the villagers on top of. Mythology now being reached by Knights Templar, so he looks like he's eyeing for a heavy cav. Chinese player may just need to go for crossbowman spearman. And it looks like we don't have. Got these Knights Treasury 4 does pick up one of the trebuchets, going for the other one as well. The fortress there did get burnt down. And the last trebuchet will be going down as well. All the Templars will go down. More Templars there, and Genu's crossbowmen managed or running by the Vatican and Sun. Capital and town stood here for garrison, but not garrison whatsoever. We now have the Crankwinds. The other side to lead the village there, trying to get more surface area. That was from pop cap, so that was a bit of a gamble. Let's see how well it pays off for him. He has also a good number of lancers managed to get a nice flank there as well. Genu's crossman takes some damage there. He does have 2 melee armor to help resist this spearman damage. 6-side victory in 2 minutes. Single veteran reinforcement here. More of Magenta's reinforcements heading to the opening. Let's throw the Templars are taking some more damage there. Slowly start being picked on off there. Does take out these Templars. Of course, Magenta still has a bit of a gold, or blue has a bit of gold issue. This keep is about to get burnt down. Trying to rush over to this keep or fortress here to decapture this sacred site. This citadel is also being researched there. 6 of victory has been paused at 1 minute 3 seconds. Looks like some of the stuff is starting to be picked on off. A number of spearmen there. Of course, the Templars do have a decent amount of health onto them, 446. Pilgrims are getting picked off here, so he will not get that gold income. He has a bit of zero resources, though he's consuming all his gold and queuing up more military units. Magenta or blue is low on food and gold. Gold, of course, he has no income bar one relic. And whatever taxes he collects on up. And Chinese player does back the game now. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see now. Do you have replays available? Hidden? Visible replays? 15, 12, 12, 17, 6, 16, 17, 10, 1 hour, 5 minutes, 33 seconds. So we're going to do this one. Before I get started, I'm going to use the restroom to make sure I am fully ready. Please give me a moment. My apologies, I'm back. Let me open up this energy drink. And let's get started. Oh, is my YouTube stream not going? Nope, it is. It looks like it was bugging out for a moment. Either way, let's get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn bottom left side as the Orange House of Lancaster got no GG. Shame. Spawn top right side as the Magenta Holy Roman Empire got not Revan, allegedly. Either way, let's go and get started. We do have, when it comes to map generation, looks like Magenta's Deer Deposit spawn pretty far forward. Pretty close to the Sacred Site, so that's going to be a little bit exposed. So he's probably not going to either expand to it. If anything, we use professional scouts. Oranges did spawn off to the bit of the side. Oh, the other one did spawn way up here along the large and small gold deposit with a large stone deposit nearby. In fact, both small ones spawned towards that direction as well. There's still another small one down here on both gold and stone with Pumbaa in the corner. For Magenta, his deer deposit spawned way up here next to a sheeple. Well, the boar is next to the gold, both large, small gold, and a bit of stone. Large stone spawned up here. And now Magenta's eyeing for the Aachen Chapel, which may not be in the radius of the gold deposit. Let's see, I currently have orange selected, so not that button. Let me just switch between the players there, so once the Aachen Chapel gets pulled in the field, then we can see the radius, but I'm pretty sure it won't get the gold miners. But we do have a very early farm here, so Magenta's eyeing for some sort of eco play. You have oh wait, Abbey of Kings. Have I ever casted a game with the Abbey of Kings for House of Lancaster? Are we actually going to see the Lords of Lancaster? I have no idea what they've done. I don't think I've ever cast a game with them. I can't remember anything about it. Let's see, Abbey Kings. heals course all units. Obtain up to 4 Lords of Lancaster powerful melee leaders, which increase the max health of nearby military units by 5% each. So sounds like stacks. Queues for production of free Lord. So let's see how the Lord looks like. Any way to increase the number? Doesn't look like there's any way to increase the number. And looks like there's a melee infantry unit there. Heavy melee infantry, Lord of Lancaster. There's the 5%. Is affected by its own aura. Has 2/2 armor. Has reasonable health at particularly this age. And has the same melee weapon and slow attack speed as the king, looks like. So overall, just appears to be a unmounted king. And if I can just get more of them, it's always quite nice. This first one is free. Of course, they do cost 160 each, so it's not too terribly expensive. I can see a group of them being quite nice for infantry composition. Would it be the Earl's Guards or some billmen? And of course, in this case, against the Holy Roman Empire, you of course got the prelates here to heal up the initial damage. And that one villager probably should just meet inside the outpost. Nope, he's could just continue healing him. Yeah, he's actually manually built another prelate there, so he's going to do manual empowerments here. I think one prelate can support up to 8 villagers. So he, let's see, here's the radius there, so yeah, nowhere near as touches the gold deposit. But we'll touch all the deer, not deer, sheep, inappropriately. You have, of course, the Lord to push way forward. Unlike the king, he can't heal himself. Now, I do have some yeomen being employed in the field. The king does have the same movement speed as a man-armed, so the 1.12. Well, of course, yeoman has the intermediary fast speed of themselves, I should just say. They don't meet the same speed as Mythology warriors, but they are faster than cross or spearmen. The 1.31 movement speed. I don't know why, didn't the yeoman have like a weird cost of a bit more heavy in food and less in wood? Maybe getting that mix of another unit. We have now the Bulgar of Policeman on the field, the rare of the 2 landmarks for the Holy Roman Empire. It's not a bad landmark. It's effectively what, 5x5 or x4 barracks. Rodney's Cathedral is quite nice just for economic benefits. Overguard of Palace can simply just be replaced by a good number of barracks. Well, able to get, what, 5 barracks for free does save you a significant amount of wood. Give you quite a bit of rebate there. Got some early man-at-arms deployed in the field, one of the best units in the entire game. Though, right now, regular man-at-arms would be better, since of course you have an age advantage. Yeomen have the same damage as archers, so not too particularly high versus heavy infantry, but they do have 6 range. Of course, we got the Warlone Hope. Infantry get plus 50% charge damage. I don't remember that fact. I just remember marching drills, which of course gave these guys a little extra movement speed. You now have the prelate there getting a bit damaged. Yeoman take a bit of damage there. I don't know why, I don't remember seeing that little icon there before. That's what I'm getting confused about. When was this little icon added there? Either way, the House of Lancaster player is now going for the White Tower, which of course will give him a free keep and 3 Earl's Guards, which is the same benefit you get for building regular keeps, getting 3 Earl's Guard. The Lord is dead. Earl's Guards are just straight up better than regular man-arms. They, of course, have better movement speed, same health, same damage, and dagger throw. They can get more health based on the number of keeps, which the White Tower does add 1. Of course, the Holy Roman Empire have pretty good man-at-arms itself, one of the best in the game. Able to get, of course, plus 2 damage for all melee attacks and plus 4 versus heavy units. If his opponent goes for a heavy Earl's Guard, he should definitely eye for the heavy weapons. It looks like he is going for a good number of Earl's Guards. You should know as well, seeing he's going on for Lords of Lancaster, so you probably should expect more melee infantry being put on the field. You have another Lord of Lancaster on the field at the moment. Charlotte taking a bit of damage there. Man at arms being focused on down. They do have +1 range armor at the moment. Apparently these yeomen are unupgraded. Likely will not be upgraded. And I'm taking a bit of damage there. Lord of Lancaster deployed in field. And provide against some good health benefits, which does affect the crossbowman as well. Let's see, don't see any upgrades for the man-at-arms. No heavy weapons, no two-handed weapons. House of Lancaster, of course, going for crossbowmen. Mixing on some billmen will not hurt as well. After all, the billman upgrade is a great way to strip a little bit of armor to make his other units just a little bit better. Plus, a handful of billmen would be very nice in case the Holy Roman Empire deploys out any cavalry. He is going for some horsemen to counter these yeomen. We do now have a town center. Another town center being put up by Orange. Does cancel it there. Up north, we do have the wolf biting some of these villagers. Right now, there's only 3 men deployed in the field. And another wolf biting this prelate there. He wants the stick that he's carrying. Kill the stick, and he'll be your friend. Scout decapturing the circuit site there. Men arms against the Earl's Guards. Crossbowmen firing away. Those of the men arms have taken some damage there. And the rest of Orange Force will clean up these guys. No problem. Horseman does scare away the scout. And the veteran horseman upgrade is almost complete. The scout will spot it. Once the town center does, once it gets cancelled off of Twitter. Oh, I said the N-word. No, wait. No, it just gets cancelled because of the torches. Flame mobs. That's something also exists, right? We do now have the horseman there. Does take a bit of damage. The White Tower does have 20 garrison space, a little bit more than a regular keep. Let's keep your villagers alive. And I think I hear another thunderstorm outside. In the area I've been living at, we've been having scattered thunderstorms for the past, like, 2 or 3 weeks now. It's actually been quite absurd. It's been a particularly wet summer for us. Also on hot and humid as well to go along with it. Looks like Magenta's obtained another sacred site there. Blacksmith will be cancelled. Looks like Mission's going to be helping out because it seems the fires are not lit there. Prelate does take some bolts there, become extra holy. And of course, got another Lord of Lancaster here. And the prelate or the monk will go ahead and heal up some of these nearby wounded units. And right now, the Lord of or the House of Lancaster player only has a single unupgraded spearman. Heavy mace is completed, very nice. Got hit squad of horsemen. They can go around the Earl's Guards. Earl's Guards will hit them quite hard, but not as hard as spearmen. So he can use them micro around these forces a little bit more easily. And since Earl's Guards do have spearman movement speed, which is slightly better than the marching drill man-at-arms, they're able to keep up with each other. +1 range damage on the way for the House of Lancaster. +1 range damage on the way for the Holy Roman Empire player as well. Though neither player is going for any range units at the moment. Or then again, that's good enough crossbow. Holy Roman Empire doesn't have range units, but it is still quite nice for your defensive units. And the first one is relatively cheap, so sometimes it's a good idea just get it research in case you ever want to transition to them a little bit more easily. Oh, there's the town center. Second side has been captured. Horsemen rotating around. Got a decent little crossbowman. While it won't be a counter horseman, at least it will be able to get some damage onto them as they skirmish around the edges. Man-at-arms falling back over here, getting a little bit overran. Second side there, still trying to be captured. But the other monk is going to have some heated words for him. Though they can't do much for each other, other than pro harsh language. Man-at-arms here, getting some good hits there onto the Earl's Guard. Horsemen, multiple groups of horsemen, as well as a crossbowman. I don't know why I just want to call them Genoese crossbowmen. Probably because that's actually like the same mod they use as Genoese crossbowmen in the campaign, the Ayubid campaign. Does charge for the horseman there, gain some damage. Six side being decaptured once again. Prelate does fall back. Orange force is going to continue running there. Takes out that monk. And still the help. Now he's been upgraded to a hardened spearman. He also is getting a buddy on being trained on the field. We also got survival techniques being researched. Now he's cleaning up these guys here. Don't know if professional scouts will be worth it for one deer deposit, though then again, you could be able to steal this deer deposit as well. Probably won't be able to steal this one, a little bit too close to now the traversing armies. But Magenta could, oops, sorry, hit my microphone, could actually eye professional scouts to obtain this one, as well as this set. Veteran Yeoman now being researched, got also Veteran Spearmen, +2 melee damage. Looks like all 4 lords on the field. Good lord. Oh, and we got the structures being cancelled there. This one may have been panic cancelled. By the way, that villager still goes down. Capital firing away. Takes another village there. One of the few things that actually overlapped with the English archetype. The only thing I think that overlaps with the English archetype when it comes... Actually, no, it's 2 things. The English archetype when it comes to the House of Lancaster is the fact that the capital does get 2 arrows rather than just the 1. The other thing is the fact that the villagers get their own self-defense bow, a self-bow. Horsemen straight forward, archers and crossbowmen firing away. Archers may want to retarget swords and spearmen when the kings have been dethroned, or lords. Another lord goes down. One more lord right here and here. And looks like Magenta does quite handily win the fight. Let's see now. Destroy Valley is heavily in favor of Magenta. Horseman has taken a bit of a beating there. He may want to get near this crouch to get a bit of health regen going. Spearmen do get a good bit of damage there. Got no crossbow and archers here though. Or sort of fall back. We have a spring golden placement in between these two town centers. And a little bit extra villager storage space. Another lord has gone down. Earl's guards are being picked on off. Looks like Magenta's going to try to close the game sooner rather than later, so this game may not go on for much longer at the current rate. Another lord of Lancaster now deployed in the field. More lords being established as well. The White Tower, of course, is a good defensive placement, but of course unable to really provide some fire support here. And it looks like all these additional placements are slowly whittling down these forces, taking out some villagers. Their villager count are quite even. Magenta has done a good job of calling off villagers. 2-1 versus just 2. So the entire secondary town center's gain has been minimized. The lord has gone down. Do now have the veteran Hobler research. The cheaper horseman variant is cheaper but weaker horseman variant. And cost gold rather than woods is not a trash unit. I had to count out all these archers and crossbowmen. More horsemen pushing forward. While they won't counter horsemen, they won't also be particularly effective versus horsemen. But at least they don't take any bonus damage versus, from horsemen as well. So they'll be okay versus horsemen overall. Roman Empire players now eyeing the Palace of Swabia, while the House of Lancaster does have all 9 manors in the field. We also have a Spring Gold being thrown in the field by Orange, eyeing for... Actually, I'm not sure why he's going for Spring Gold. His one's gone for Archer Horseman, as well as he saw Crossbowman. A Spring Gold will not counter either of those units. In this particular case, we see the horsemen, we see the archers, we see actually no gold units on the field, barring a handful of prelates. So, Earl's Guard would be plenty fine in this situation. Lords of Lancasters, they do have... Actually, they go from 2 armor to 4 armor, so they get double armor if they age up. So they are a little bit more vulnerable in age 2, but they have the same, roughly the same durability as... Wait, no, that's a... Earl's Guard, I clicked on the wrong unit there. Here we go, Lord of Lancaster. Let's see, he has +1 melee armor. Okay, never mind. They only get +1/+1 armor if they age up. Part of me sort of wish, like, the king, the Lords of Lancaster, would get the Agar progress bars like veteran and elite, like the cons. Even if it doesn't change their physical visual model, at least will allow the able to use like the rather than +1/+1 system, able just to increase the base stats entirely to give better read quickly. But that's more of a me thing. Now the elite horseman upgrade on the way for the Holy Roman Empire, which allows him to build villages far quicker than the House of Lancaster, though the 9 manors will help increase his income by a significant margin. Definitely partial eye for an age up sooner rather than later. As the longer the game goes on, the more of a disadvantage that House of Lancaster player would be just in technology, because once the elite upgrades and university tech upgrades, his Magenta's army would be far superior quality. And even at that point in time, incendiary regular archers would be effective with the Earl's Guard, not just crossbowmen. We have now the elite archer upgrade for the Holy Roman Empire player. There's a shot there. Orange has a pretty good force in the field, however. Also got some crossbow in the field. Of course, these are elite horsemen now. Takes out that Maganel. Horseman trying to engage these mangonels. Another lord does go down. Do have an outpost, a load of relic here, but no upgrades at the moment. If you don't know what upgrade, if he's going to try to stall out for the cannon upgrade, might as well go for the fortified outpost for now. Right now, Magenta also has 2 relics, Orange has 3. So Magenta's only able to get 2 good defensive emplacements. He may just eye for a pair of keeps then. And play for keeps, but that may not be the case. Villagers trying to build a lumber camp there, but may be killed off. Here's a Palace of Swabia, construct 10 villagers. The number of villagers being called, slowly picking off these villagers, exactly what Orange needs. He has nowhere near enough resources to age up though, but he is just swarming a massive army on the field. You can see here, 70 military units field, 12 civilian population. Council goes down there, but of course still has a Palace of Swabia. Holy Empire player has only 38 units in the field. Army value is nearly 3 times the amount for Orange. Right now, I think a mass man at arms would be quite nice for the Holy Roman Empire, even if he does not have elite army tactics, though I don't think he has elite man at arms at the moment. Archers will still be a good choice for the Holy Roman Empire if he gets incendiaries in particular. He only has +2 range damage. The extra range armor would be very nice. It will really resist the archer fire, which is going to have 9 damage. Hand cannoneer firing away. Another lord goes down. Orange maintaining a massive army superiority. Multiple trebuchets push forward. However, a handful of horsemen do take out a Mangonel. Some of these villagers now getting hit. I heard a lord goes down. Horsemen trying to charge towards the trebuchets. Magenta is losing a bit of infrastructure. Orange may not be the same age, but may be able to squeeze out a victory here and now. He does have a decent amount of gold sword on up, just needs a lot more food before he age on up. Another lord goes down. If Orange does pull back out of this fight, he needs to make sure it pulls back a significant amount of his army in order to save his resources for the age up. And he does have a decent number of farms to field. I just see he just cleaned up his deer deposit here, so those villagers now idle. 12 villagers are idle for Orange. Horsemen, archers straightforward. You have now these knights engaging these villagers. Orange is regrouping a sizable force now. 84 military units field with 6 siege weapons. But it does give time for Magenta to pull out his own army. Of course, they are elite. No university on the field, I believe. If university has not been pulled in the field, they are relatively expensive. And now got the Warren Guard Palace not being salvaged. Can access to some good, powerful banner armies, as well as some unique units, such as the Demi Lancer, which I still don't think they're very good. Horsemen charge away forward, trying to connect with all these ranged forces. They do manage to connect. This is a shot there, nailing these archers. Crossbowmen being picked on off. Got a small contingent spearmen here. They are veteran spearmen. And there goes the trebuchet. Magenta's now counterattack with a massive army, 69 units versus 30. Another lord has go down. The value difference not too significantly different, but of course some of this is historical and siege weapons. Well, she's going for some spring golds and mangonels. Warren Palace now deployed in the field. You get access to a lot of good banner armies here. One includes a free trebuchet, the Warren Army. Force retinues getting 6 Demon Lancers and 2 Hobblers, which I'm not a big fan of Demon Lancers in general. Garrison command for a good number of spearmen as well as a Earl's Guard to go along with them. And you got the gunpowder contingent, and I'm not a big fan of it, honestly. It's, I think, very hard to make Revoltans very useful. Spring Gold push way forward, let's take up the Mangonel there. White Tower now in range as well as the capital. The Lord does go down there. Springle and placement over here. Got another elite yeoman, a couple fortified outposts, and a cannon placement. That cannon placement is probably in the keep. No, it's not. Some of these villagers go on down. Yeoman engaging. Magenta's not really maxed out his army, going for biology, though pretty low in resources. No keeps in field, so no Black Riders. Incredibly powerful ranged cavalry. That's with a bombardment placement. Best to get that fortified. Looks like 2 6 sites captured up by Orange. The third one was neutralized and now being captured up by Magenta. You now have the elite Earl's Guard research as well, and one gunpowder contingent. I don't know why. I always feel like the Revolt is just inadequate. They just need something to make them a little bit better. You have the gold income research as well. Nice bit of splash damage there from the precision shot. Gunpowder contingent now deploying fields. Also going for a culverin. Go along with it. Another gunpowder contingent being queued on up. Or still being queued on up. Thought it was actually already built. Oh, there it is. Two culverins in the field. Better hold on the culverins, honestly. Here now it is a military force he's dealing with. Vulcan's firing away. Get hit by these archers. Vulcan's have pretty low pierce armor. They have good melee armor. And melee armor. Of course, which cancels out the anti-siege damage from, or most of the anti-siege damage from horsemen. Preparing for other Vulcans there. We do have some hand cannoneers now being pulled off by the House of Lancaster as well. So I'm surprised we haven't seen any Billman. He does have Spearman upgrade. I don't think we've seen the Billman upgrade yet, though. Archer range, barracks. Nope, he has researched the Billman upgrade. And before I know it, I see there's 5 Black Riders available for Magenta. I think it's like every keep provides 1 set of 5 Black Riders, which are incredibly powerful ranged cavalry, which can get the ability of firewall move-in ability. The cavalcade. Villager engaging the priest. It'll take a bit of time for the villager to win, but he shall. Over and sieging down this keep. Incendiary is now being researched by the House of Lancaster, as well as 4 more Lords of Lancaster. Yeoman infantry forward, all 6 sides captured up by Magenta now, and Magenta is also going for elite army tactics, bringing some man-at-arms as well. This one's pulling out some more Earl's guards. Another lord has been slain. Secondary towns are fighting away. Spring Gold in place as well. This unfortified outpost, I really think he should get a fortified outpost for any camp bombard emplacement. Got a Spring Gold emplacement over here. This gold deposit has too much gold left. Another outpost here as well, just primarily to protect the election units there. Most of those berries. Now, could have sworn the gold, or I'm not sure what else was there. Just berries. The outpost will be quite an expensive investment for the set of berries, but either way, it looks like that's what happened there. Elite War research. The deer deposit may have been also there, but then again, it's got the deer deposit here, so I'm not sure. No, this is what the deer deposit was, so I'm not sure. So maybe all that investment there just for a set of berries. However, Empire is at max of population. House of Lancaster is currently not. We've got 103 versus the 139 villagers. There may be a little bit too many villagers for Magenta, particularly the fact that he has a lot of trash units queued on up. Horseman's somewhat trash. The archers are definitely classified as a trash unit. Cannoneers are not. Man-at-arms are the same cost as, of course, the horsemen. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Black Riders queued on up. And now we've got Magenta going for 200 weapons. Got the culverts here and a good number of Balkans. Magenta's now patrolling over here. The Balkans firing away. There's a shot right there. One of those, both those Balkans go down very quickly with the hand cannoneers. Focusing on the hand cannoneers with the yeoman, very nice. Got another culverin here. And it went down right there. There's a culverin hitting the culverins. But overall, oranges aren't being cleaned on up quite significantly. And Magenda's maintaining max of population. Orange is not keeping his production and remaxing quickly enough at all. In fact, Orange lost a good number of villagers. I haven't been paying attention to that. Gone down to 90 use, and Magenta looks like sacked some villagers there, I'm assuming. Magenta may have just outright lost a good number of villagers here. Yeah, probably so. Wait. No, there's just a horseman there. I saw those old horseman carcasses, so I'm not sure where Orange's villagers went. Orange's castle there will go on down or keep. Remember, every single keep improves the damage of Earl's Guards as well as Demi Lancers by 1, up to maximum 4. Another precision shot there onto those hand cannoneers, very nice. White Tower and the capital now firing away. There's quite a bit of forces here, including a very large number of hand cannoneers. Yeoman would be a good counter, but just a little outnumbered. He's fighting next to Abbey Kings, which does provide pretty good health regen. Firing precision shot there on those hand cannoneers. Hobler is pushing forward. Another gunpowder contingent on field. He needs to go for something a little bit quicker, such as the Earl or the Garrus command. That's 30 seconds. And the Billman, of course, being nice with the horseman. Looks like the Revolverins will be going down. Does get some damage there. Culver now be picked on up. Got a decent amount of defense scattered around, slowly picking off all these forces. Culver taking some holes in these outposts. Horseman pushing forward, hand cannoneers in reserve. White Tower taking a sniff amount of damage now. Another gunpowder command. The Vulcans push away forward. The White Tower is alive but on fire, sending some villagers over there to repair it on up. Maris Wilson's a landmark, going to consumes wood, and he has plenty of wood for repairs. The Vulcan's now taking some damage there. The Yeoman trying to engage anything they can. And I'm starting picking out some of these villagers. We're having severe trouble getting resources. He's actually pretty low on food. Has plenty of golden wood of all things. That's probably why he's been going for so many of these gunpowder contingents. Vulcan taking a bit of damage there. Vulcan fires away. Does get some build on the field. I think he needs to go for some garrison commands. Spearman will be quite nice right now. The Vulcan, this time is actually staying in the back line, actually gave him some decent damage here. Orange's Culverin will be taking out Magenta's Culverin. Their Vulcan is still up and going, so getting some decent damage there. On the right side, got the dog biting these villagers. My apologies for my drink to open up.
Mache ich nu.
Wir machen auf Dorfmänner. Folge deinen Befehlchen.
Horsemen straight forward. Got some bombarding pistons here. Outpost takes some fire here. Over here, we do have now the Hoblars being shanked by some villagers. These two outposts are being upgraded, or at least one of them is. Once again, we've got 4 Lords of Lancaster on the field. No Black Riders just yet. Black Riders do cost 300 resources. They're pretty expensive. And they are heavy range cavalry. Spearmen straight forward. And now the Yeomen taking a bit of damage. The Vulcans push forward, and they're not being focused down like they've been usually been. So they actually gain some great work done. That one does go down here, but the rest of these forces are now being cleaned on up. Got some more of these old guards engaging these horsemen. Man, arms will still be a very good counter to them. Have you seen Serpentine Gunpowder by Magenta just yet? Nope. Magenta could eye for Serpentine Gunpowder, that's quite nice. Force them straight forward. Force them trying to get some good hits on some of these melee infantry units there. Some of them being good off trying to get these culverins or instant reinforcements. Pancakers backline firing away. Lord of Lancaster goes down there. Vulcans firing away, getting some good work done. And now the Holy Room Power Player is going for some Spring Golds. Cancel the Spring Gold. They probably better go for Mangonels to hit all these range units of backline. And a pretty good number of villagers went down there. He does have a good number of villagers, so may want to stop looting them. Holy Empire Player is low on wood as well as gold. And Orange, of course, has an infinite supply of gold. Orange does not, other than... Oh, looks like he also... Orange Man steal a relic as well. Did not see that. So Holy Roman Empire Player has a finite amount of gold to work with. You may need to start eyeing for some trade caravans. Magenta is able to get some good reinforcements here, able to crack on through. And now overrunning some of these yeomen with his horsemen. I didn't really realize how bad the economic situation is for the Holy Roman Empire Player. The House of Lancaster, of course, doesn't have too great economy as well. His gold, as well as food, is scraping bottom of the barrel. Plenty of wood at the moment, though. Pretty good precision shot there, gets massive damage. Yeomen started stepping away. Horsemen trying to engage on all these archers, these yeomen. Yeomen slowly backing on off. Got another precision barrage there. Get some good hits. Magna on the build queue. Another precision shot there. Good number of these guys are pretty wounded. Main arms back on off. And now Magenta's going for his own incendiaries. Oh, I thought he wouldn't have had that by now. Guess not. Wasn't really paying too close attention to that. He is going to go for more trash units from archers, seeing if the incendiaries does make sense. But right now he's also low on wood. He has plenty of food at the moment. He can sell off maybe 2,000 foods for some gold. Right now he sees spawn go for mass number of yeomen, so main arms wouldn't be half bad. He does also have elite knights in the field as well. He has gone for some elite knights, going for more as well. Those units will be clean on up. Magenta has a ball in his. He's pushing forward. Ball in some support. Yeoman firing away. Guys pushing barrage there. Damaging not a whole lot there actually. Got the Magna a little bit, but nothing too significant honestly. Now another gunpowder contingent before the field. For Vulcans advancing. But this time a bit more exposed. Takes out an elite knight. Taking a severe amount of damage now. Both trying to repair them up though. Got some hand cannons spoiled by the whole Roman Empire. Also, I think the lack of 13 gunpowder is a bit of a problem right now for Magenta. Just like to pick out that Lord of Lancaster there. Horseman charged by 4 does get a decent spear brace there. More horsemen being put up by the Holy Roman Empire. As golden come, looks like all the gold on the map has been consumed. Not likely Magenta's able to really get out traders right now. He does not have enough gold income for it. And do not have the final farming research for the House of Lancaster. He's actually been skipping a lot of economic techs. Alright, good number of outposts here. None of them upgraded, or one of them's upgraded. Could at least get this one fortified. It looks like actually, no, House of Lancaster player has plenty of stone at the moment. 600. Magenta's now going for a culverin for his own. reinforcement pushing over here. There is a cannon placement on this one. Decent precision barrage was predictively correct. Right now, orange is higher destroyed value than magenta and has gold income. Looks like twice the amount. Magenta does actually have every single sacred side. 8 minutes still remaining though. So the House of Lancaster has 8 minutes to win the game. Right now, this is probably what's keeping magenta in the game. All these sacred sites are just for the gold generation. Has a massive food reserve. Sell off 4,000 of that. Bit of stone here as well. Magenta could eye for a keep. And magenta has queued up a large number of man-at-arms as well as archers and horsemen. Man-at-arms are pretty gold intensive. Particularly hand cannoneers, so we've got a pretty good precision volley there. So no 17 gunpowder. Out there healing on up, 6 site remain captured. Orange force does break on through here. Right now, orange just have less village and field, so able to field a larger army. Magenta has a good resource reserve. Yeoman right now doing 13 damage. These man-at-arms do have, when they don't have their armor being stripped, right now have 9 armor. While the Buildman effect does stack, at least in the stack card up here, the actual effects onto the minus armor does not get applied. Just reinforced being just streamed on in. Orange may need fallback regrouping, having trouble re-maxing. But for more spearmen, he has plenty of food, wood, and some gold to work with. He's just not queued up everything properly. I think he needs to go for more garrison commands. They cost food and wood, and you get 1 Earl's Guard to go along with it, a good number of spearmen. And I think spearmen, or the billmen, a handful of them would always be quite nice for the armor stripping. It also does build pretty quickly, able to help replenish our ranks pretty nicely. It's effectively a ×6 barracks at that point in time. And more like a ×3 after the military academy's production speed. Looks like Mitch is able to push on forward even further, giving him a 6 minutes 30 seconds window victory. More gunpowder commands for on the field. That looks like a nice line of those range units there. Another one of those revolvements to go down. Looks like orange is actually out for more Lords of Lancaster for the multiplicative health. Precision volley there. Does a good volley on those archers. Culverin getting repaired on up. Culverin's getting hit by the other Culverins, of course. Orange is having trouble getting the army deployed in the field. Magenta's maintaining his max army, so it looks like Magenta's macro is just simply far better at this moment. And I really do think the lack of garrison commands from Orange is a bit of a problem. Couple garrisons commands could be quite nice. That 23 seconds, yeah, it's effectively ×6 barracks at a point in time. Actually, it's 9 units, so expecting a 9 times 9 barracks. Magenda's falling back while just trying to regroup since Orange is getting decent force in the field. And of course, Magenda's army just streamlined. We got a single village here trying to decapture this. Send over some units, just clean that up. Game has now reached the 1 hour mark. Got a decent little crosswind being someone's field as well. I wonder if there's any Worm Guard armies or mix on in. Oh no, there's no trebuchets. Massive precision volley there, gets a good first slice through there. 4 minutes remaining on the victory timer. Magenta is completely out of resources, all of them. Orange is decent stockpile. Looks like the Manors are providing him just enough resources, particularly in the gold department. See a Q move on some of those guys there, focus firing them one at a time. More horsemen being pulled in the field. Military size keeping the same. We've got decent Q sort of up from Magenta. Orange has trouble with Q. He has resources. Needs more food. Has plenty of wood. Some gold to work with. Trying to go for crossbow, which is not ideal in the situation. Archer would be far more cost effective, though Archer's of course a little bit more trimless. Maybe queuing up a couple of Mangonel too could be quite nice. Just help push forward our Spring Golds. Spring Golds a little bit low micro intensive. In this case, lower reward. Force them straight forward. Now it's out of gold as well. Looks like Magenta is starting to turn the tide back in his favor once again. 3 minutes for a 6-site victory. Orange starting to soft retreat. Takes out the Mangonel there. Needs more Billmen. Magenta has reorganized. The secret sites being captured is what keeping Magenta going with gold income. Just providing enough gold for these man-arms. 380 gold per minute is effectively giving him access to 5, 10, 15, 19 man-arms per minute. Which is actually a fair number, actually. The Orange has a higher destroyed value though. Orange doesn't have a short amount of time. He can also use battering rams to dogpile on this. I think battering rams could be a good option mode. He does have some food to work with since he's not max producing as much. Magenta still has a pretty sizable queue as well, so you can keep this fight going. And now I've got some battering rams here, so I'm just dogpile on the point. Now he has able to consume his population consumption. 6-site victory, 2 minutes. Yeoman Archer is being slowly pushed back. Another gunpowder contingent. I'm really disappointed in the fact there's not been more garrison commands. I can understand why there's not been any Worm Guard armies. He hasn't been needing trebuchets. That gun compound divisions also gives him culverins are not too particularly useful at this moment. However, it does bit of bonus in infantry, but its attack speed just simply inadequate for that sort of method. I wonder the yeah, Earl's retinues do cost a bit of gold there as well. For 6 gold per minute, he's able to get a constant stream of Earl's retinues, so this may be one of the few times when Demon Lancers could have been useful. But then again, though, they'll be hard to counter by these Holy Room Empire man-arms. Yeah, should have been more Earl garrison commands. House of Lancaster's losing, needs more food of all things. More the Lords going on down. And we've got 45 seconds left in Sacred Site victory, and I think it will I think Magenta will win via the Sacred Site victory. Orange may just not eye for a resign. He may just let his opponent get the Sacred Site victory, and I think he will be successful. Got a round of batterings being summoned by the House of Lancaster at the moment. Magenta doesn't have too much of an army here, just regrouping some forces. I think he's trying to clean up the flanks. Nothing threatening this. He has a good contingent of knights. Number of outposts here. And looks like the Sacred Site victory has been completed. Is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Will I have time for one, maybe two more replays tonight? All depends on the length I find. If I get another 1 hour game, I'm perfectly fine with that. Hidden. Let's see now. 14, 11, 33. We'll keep an eye on this one. Dry Arabia. So we just did a Holy Roman Empire game. Avoid the customs. I think I've actually perused these ones from last week. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires replay. Conche Age of Mythology. Blah. Spawn bottom left side is the green Ottomans. We got Spare Jardy. I wonder if that's a Smurf account for Kill Jardy. Either way, he's going for a round of stone there to go for the early military academy. Spawn on the right side is the blue Holy Roman Empire. We got War TX. When it comes to map generation, his deer deposits spawned a little bit forward. This could be a good spot for another town center, but Holy Roman Empire players tend not to go for secondary town centers. At least not early on. Let's see. The Ottoman player, look at here. We got stone, stone, gold, gold, large stone, and to a bit of gold and large gold over here. So this area is packed full of resources, including the forest puppers and some trees. By the way, this area is pretty rich with resources. This could be a good spot for a secondary town center relatively early. Either way, I think this is a pretty good map generation for a whole Ottoman player. One of the street deposits spawned way down here. Other one spawned way up there. So can't use this one for natural cover, but at least makes it pretty safe to collect. Aachen Chapel being employed over here, being next to the berry deposit and the wood. Sorry, just some lightning. Or thunder, I should say. Not close to the gold deposits, so he's eyeing for a bit more wood, which will also cover the berries. Sheeple being deposited there. Twin Meteorites being employed in a field, which will give you 4 berry bushes. We can support the 4 villagers, unless you have 0 villagers on, or 0 upgrades on horticulture. It does support the 5 villagers, apparently, I've been told. Well, it gains some nice basic healing there. For blue as well, this tree deposit is a bit too far back. This one's very far back, and this one's pretty far off the side, so blue's actually has pretty much no natural coverage there, so I'm having a bit of trouble with defense, though that is technically the defense civilization. Local doggo does go down. And the more I look at it, the more of a... If I bring up the mini-map here, you can see the stone did spawn more down south. There's small gold over there. There's large gold over there. But the Ottoman player has all of his gold pretty close by here. 1, 2, 3. 1 counterpart, 2 counterpart. There's a third counterpart. Yeah, it looks like the map generation's far, far better for green. Birth of 0 points almost available for the Autumn player. I always am more impartial in Tolling Hills for the faster mining speed, and plus 10 sheep was always quite nice. Archer here, engaging the spearmen. And the Holy Room Empire player is going for professional scouts. And these deer are of course slain, but can always be picked on up. And this Age of Empires 4, not Age of Mythology or 3 or 2. So no decay on those carcasses.
Ja, skål gitarren.
Look me.
A 0 point available, and he goes for the feud works with 2 imams. We do now have, of course, the survival techniques being researched by the Holy Roman Empire player. Picking up some delicious venison. No professional scouts just yet for green. We got some spearmen deploying the field. Holy Roman Empire also has access to one of the best units in the game, the H2 Man-at-Arms. Hardened Spearman now researched by blue. Still got just regular Spearman here by green. But now with the forward Imams, it's going to be easy to keep these guys alive. A bit of pullback micro. Though, good focus firing there from the archers are quite nice. The 2 Imams will allow them to be a bit more aggressive. And as well as being a bit mobile for mobile health regen with the aura effect. He is picking up some more venison, bringing them on home. Next tier deposit will be this one here. You can eye for his opponents. This one is the farther spawn, or no, that's the closest spawn. The farther spawn's right here. It feels like both those tier deposits are relatively equal distance. Got more archers being put on the field, more horsemen. Spahi, of course, spawn field. They are slower than horsemen, but they're far, far stronger. And a bit more expensive as well. They do cost 160 as opposed to 120. In return, they get what? Plus 3 damage? Yeah, plus 3 damage, as well as plus 30 health. Same attack speed, but they do also have the powerful Fortitude ability. Allows them to really take out the archers. They will get plus 50% attack speed, but they take plus 50% melee damage. Well, of course, their movement speed are slower than horsemen, moving at 1.75 rather than 1.88. Looks like these guys are being chased, though. Trying to take out some of these scouts there, but they do manage to survive. Blue could keep a contingent of spearmen there to protect his scouts. Green is now rotating around. We do have these guys rotating around. Over here, do have these scout and horsemen there. And now taking out some more of the deer. Over here, we do have, looks like the Spahi getting hit by these horsemen. Not sure what he will go for. Against Holy Roman Empire, they tend to go heavy in man-arms, or they specialize in man-arms, but do have some other good capabilities. So maybe some fortifications, but that's defensive on offensive. It means you're reacting then rather than acting. A good acting unit is a Kinji's, but they are effectively DPS horse archers. They fire 2 arrows rather than 1. so armor is twice effective. So fighting against the Holy Roman Empire horsemen as well as fighting against man-at-arms, not super great for them. Well, the last one is, of course, pretty much a mandatory pick with the +1 for military school. You have survival techniques to be researched by the Ottoman player, who's going for the old-fashioned way to collect up the venison. Horseman getting hit. He could abandon the scout. Abandon the scout does slow down the formation. Vizier point now available. And oh, he goes for throwing hills. Just probably going 1, 2. Then he has his last point that he can go for anywhere. But these two are effectively mandatory. And the Holy Roman Empire player is aging up with the Regni's Cathedral. The Ottoman player would like to go with the Mahid Imperial Armory. Against Holy Roman Empire, like I said before, and they tend to go more heavy in man-at-arms, or they have more promoted man-at-arms based play. So the spring-free siege weapons will be very useful. And plus, the Mahid Imperial Armory is just very powerful. The Istanbul Imperial Academy, is that what it's called? It is still a pretty nice landmark. It allows you to get an increase to what, 9 Vizier points? Or was it 8 Vizier points? I think it was 8. Which is actually very nice. There's a lot of good things here that it can be, well, just very nice in general. Holy Roman Empire player has aged on up. Spotty does activate some range armor there. Horsemen closing on in. Archers focus down most of the archers. Blue spearmen push forward. Green archers hitting a little bit of everything, actually, looks like. Now focusing most of the archers. And focus on these spearmen. Spotty getting hit by some of those spearmen. Emergency repair is on cooldown. Just gonna have to buy him a little bit of time, but the village has abandoned it, so it's now expendable. Outpost is starting to get cooked. Scout does get taken out there. Archer does go down. Got veteran archer research now being researched by the Holy Roman Empire player. Our player is of course not aged up just yet and has pushed enough food, just need a bit more gold. He's not going to pose some problems for the Ottoman player. He has no real effective counter other than spearmen, which I don't think he has barracks in the field. So he only has Dark Age spearmen capable through military academies. And at that point in time, capable is a little bit overstating. Holy Roman Empire player is also going for veteran archers, which would be perfectly adequate. There's no need to go for crossbowmen in this age. Main arms would be quite nice though. Ooh, maybe getting a prelate, getting this prelate over here to heal up these knights would be quite nice. That is a very expensive force there that needs to be repaired or healed on up. It's effectively 1,000 value of knights could be saved there. Mahid Imperial Army now being researched by the Ottoman player. Regni's Cathedral has of course been researched, but also no relic's been obtained just yet. Looks like this monk is going for a relic. Green's force heading up north. 2 meters here.
Dienstvorschriften.
Another Vizier point. It is definitely going to be military campus. I don't see anything else. Villagers getting hit here. We may see the fortitude, see the fortitude ability. And more of these villagers. Got a wall there. He may lose some Sipahi. He does escape out of the radius. Very nice. As for these Sipahi, he's going to be escaping on out of here. So he may need to get the scout out of the formation so have the rest of these guys move faster. Do not have a mosque pull in the field. The Imams he recently got can be used to pick up some relics. Sipahi and Scout trying to run away. We have the veteran archer and veteran of Sipahi research. Autumn players going for some Janissaries to counter out these knights, but the existing archers will counter the Janissaries. We have these veteran archers getting hit here. The Janissaries firing away against some of these knights. Archers focus on the Janissary pretty quickly there. More knights push way forward. Horsemen generally do a better job of picking off archers, but knights, of course, very, very good. And looks like all those archers do go down. Got hired a short belly right now for blue, and trying to pick a piece of venison there. The scout does get picked on off. Blue's going to try to cook the outpost, and then go ahead and crack it open and get the delicious insides of those villagers. Just like you're roasting bones, get the bone marrow. Fun fact, did you know you can roast various bones, such as like beef, cattle bones, like pelvis bones and all that sort? And then you can scoop out the bone marrow, and that is a good alternative butter. Bone marrow butter. Either way, we do have now the Moss going to fire. He has picked up 2 relics. Green has picked up the 3rd. Blue has claimed 1 and picked up a 2nd. Remember, Blue has Arcane's Cathedral, so he will have more gold income, but still not particularly great. He lost a relic battle, especially when he got the Age up far before his opponent. Got a good contingent on the lanes now on the field by Green. That should be effective with the archers. And he has some good amount of Janissaries to deal with the knights as well. Lancers and knights, of course, are equal. Like, that's one thing I love about Age of Empires 3. In Age of Empires 2, of course, they just had knights as generic heavy cavalry for all civilizations, for even civilizations that just make no sense the term knight to be used. Which could just simply be translated as a high-ranking warrior. But I do like the fact that in Age of Empires 4, they're just like, yeah, we're just going to call the what would be knights for other civilizations just lancers. Make them identical in stats and all that sort. It was just a great way to rebalance it, rather than just calling them heavy cav. Of course, there's actually not too many civs that actually has lancers. You got the Ottomans, and you got the Chinese. The Delhi Sultanate as well. And then the Abbasid Dynasty. Okay, there's a bit more now I'm thinking about it. We do now have the, Cisternic Abbeys. Monsters become self-sufficient. Allows villagers to drop off resources in monasteries. Also, prelates can garrison monasteries to inspire all nearby villagers, effectively becoming Aachen Chapels. The Aachen Chapel is effectively an early Cisternic Abbey. Wonder if that also enables a Cisternic Abbey to become a drop-off one. It's not a normal drop-off. Oh, or it is access. Yeah, it's just an early Cisternic Abbey. Monk here could be impaled. Or that's the Imam. It also does make sense where a lot of other civilizations had renames of their various religious units to a bit more appropriate for the region. Like the Mongol shamans. Or shaman. You know, I actually don't know where the origin term of shaman or shaman came from. Could be Mongol, but maybe not. I have no idea. Now the heavy maces now being researched. I swear this upgrade has been gone through many different names. It's not, I've noticed when some patches called heavy weapons, sometimes I may call it like maces. Now they're called heavy maces. I swear the upgrade has its name changed far too often. Am I crazy? I could swear that like it just goes through name changes like crazy. Armed players learn about a good number of spearmen. And has 6 Dark Age spearmen on the field. No hardened spear. Are there? Is that just from military academies? Yep, looks like some of the military academies were not passed to other units, so he just got some spearmans. What outpost with a relic inside, or by outpost being fortified, emergency repairs. Let's take a decent amount of damage there. And does get fortified outpost. The emergency repair did its job. And then since it has additional fire armor, wait. That lasted much. Something. That seemed a little bit longer. Did the upgrade of the model that? No, it's still the same unit, no sort of transform action. It's plus 1,000 health. Oh no, that seemed lasted longer than I remember. Got a good number of Janissaries here. Man arms can engage in these Janissaries now. Spot engage in the various regions, but does intercept some of these Janissaries. He has researched heavy weapons, though right now the Autumn Player has not done many, or really any heavy units there. So it's sort of strange why he went for 2 heavy maces rather than the 2-handed weapons. By the way, Green has held out, has still a good core of Janissaries. Oh yeah, wasn't that the original name for the heavy weapons, or heavy maces? Wasn't it called like blunt weapons? I can't remember. Lancer does take a bit of damage there. Also got a pair of spring golds here. Right now, this opponent has a good number of archers. Not too many melee units there, but spring golds can do so okay versus range units. Oh, down south, I hear spearmen try and charge after this single Samahi, drawing quite a bit of armies away. Bahi getting some shots over there.
Das soll überleben.
Barracks starting to be cleaned up slowly. Looking pretty good for the Autumn Player. The Holy Roman Empire not really getting too many units, just trying to go for a couple of Mangonels. Just trying to hold off his opponent. Pretty low on food at the moment. He has a good number of villagers on food. Green's cleaving through a good number of infrastructure. And destroying these houses is actually starting to become important. He will soon be a pop cap. Spring Golds get a nice cleave through there. Mangonel's advancing. Got a nice scatter formation going. The Meteors got hung out to dry. That's a bit of a problem. That's a massive force multiplier now down. Magnetos gets a good volley on in. Good splash damage. Blue's Archers in range. Magnetos needs to target towards his formation over here. So far, art attacking the wrong units. That's now been targeted to the Archers. Magnetos gets a volley there, but not a great attack there. Blue's gonna fall back. His Archers are gonna be overrun. Blue's front line has disintegrated. Or Spear and more man arms employed in the field by Blue. He's no longer pop cap thanks to his opponent. 3 Magnetos on the field. Once again, Blue has gone for some crossbowmen, but right now Green has some mana arms, which is significant. Whatever mana arms holding the entire Poison Field should be adequate versus the Autumn mana arms. But right now, the Holy Room Empire is just scraping the bottom barrel of resources. He needs a lot more food. He has plenty of gold. Out. Looks like he just bought some food there with his gold. Don't know if I can click on this, see it. Nope. I know the Golden Gate you can. It looks like you can't do that with the regular market. Both players have one sacred site. Blue only has 1 relic. Green's maintained 4 relics, so the Argonius Cathedral is not doing particularly good at the moment. Magnetos get a pretty good volley there. Stoned one of those Spring Golds. Another Vizier point's almost available. He actually went for Janissary Company, so his last one's going to go for Imperial Academies. Highly likely. I would say both of these two are just mandatory. Priest Axles and melee armor for the Holy Room Empire. Don't know if that's a good idea to invest right now when he's a bit more force. It does take out another Spring Gold there. Spearman charge away forward. Magnetos get a pretty good volley in the Janissaries and does splash one of the Spring Golds as well. Spring Golds, I think, have retarget towards the Magnetos restarts Spring Golds. Takes out another one there. Almost takes another, leading it down to 5 health. Does manage to do a stone down. Also splash down the Magneto there. Green's spotlight trick forward. Takes out more of the Green siege weapons for the Magnetos. Very nice. But overall, Blue's front lines has disintegrated. Magnetos defense way forward. Looks like Blue did a great job in counter siege. Still a number of Janissaries in the field. Pahi is also being pinged on up. Archers now engaging. Another Magneto goes down. Spring Gold here. And looks like Blue does manage to hold very, very good target fire there by the Magnetos. But we've got more green forces here, and Spring Golds get produced pretty quickly from the hidden Imperial Armory. Oh! Last Vizier point was for the early Bombard. The early Great Bombard, no advanced academies. Looks like Green's going to try to close out the game relatively quickly if he's going for the Great Bombard. He's not going to wait for the value from the advanced academies. He's going to close out the game here and now. He's decided not to go the long game. Which he could actually add to the long game. After all, he knows he's got 4 relics, which means even... I don't know if he's seen the Argonius Cathedral, but if he just, as far as safe assumption, your opponent does go for Argonius Cathedral, you should know he has better gold drop off there. His opponent actually... Whoa! Last time I checked, he was scraping the bottom barrel of resources. How is he squeezing the Palace Swabia? Sure, it's a cheaper age up, but still. Cost of landmarks reduced by 10%. But still, that's quite bold. A successful defense to an age up. I don't know about this. Honestly, the other landmark could be a little bit better than Palace. Palace Swabia is quite nice. I was thinking for the Black Riders against the Spy, but probably not, actually. But still, what age 4 stuff could he make use of? He does not have enough gold for even the elite upgrades, let alone the university upgrades. And the only thing that I would say he could go for is Hand Cannoneers or Black Riders, but doesn't, which will require him to go for the other landmark for the Black Riders because he doesn't have any keeps in the field. And Green will lose a good contingent of these Sipahi. This is a massive victory for Blue. This will make his early age up much more secure. So we got a pretty good victory there by Blue after getting successful defense. Green's now captured all the sacred sites. But what was the real purpose of the age up? Just for the extra villager production? Don't know if that's worth it or not. Now he's fighting decent army where those resources could have been used to fund his army. Elite Spearman on the way for the Holy Roman Empire player. The early bombard, the early great bombard, of course, is less effective. Forget by how much, and he gets immediately hit by the Magno, so not a great first start for the great bombard. He does get another hit there on the great bombard. Of course, the spring bolts will get free range. So could use some Janissaries to repair up the great bombard. Got a hit there on the archers. It's going to take time to put some rounds to the Palace Swabia. It can take a beating. But I have to immediately protect it. In those spring golds is actually a good option. Palace Swabia does have a good amount of health to work with, of course. And has access to emergency repairs if needed. Now, emergency repairs can repair up to 3,000 health, so if you use it now, you will be repairing effectively 1,505. Villagers repairing up the Great Bombard, never slow. Janissaries have a repair ability. You don't have to use villagers for it. Palace Swabia is taking beating. I think it'd be a good idea to use the emergency repairs now. Because by the time it gets it will receive multiple hits of the Great Bombard. Now he needs to use emergency repairs. I would say use it. It'll give him some more time. He does have Elite Spearmen deployed on the field. Emergency repairs has been established. The Spearmen makes sense versus Pahi. Will be countered by the archers and by the spring golds. Main arms will still be useful for blue. Blue's going for some hand cannoneers. I don't know about there. Got a good number of archers in the field, of course. Right now, his resources are pretty even and pretty evenly low. So archers is quite economically consumptive right now. Push my way forward. No the armored tactics yet. Nowhere near enough gold for it. I don't think you should even be invested to hand cannoneers. Alright, clear up the Palace Swabia. Magnos gets a good volley on some Janissaries. Another spring golds firing away. The early Great Bombard's firing away. It's another group of archers there. Poly is quickly being required by those spearmen. Gets another group of those archers down. So probably trying to charge forward, hit these Magnos. Let's take one of them out. Another group of archers get cleaved through. Just for crossbar, and blue does go ahead and resign. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. As mentioned beforehand, that shall be my last replay